They're blowing this morning again, all that noise. It's like a couple of them. I know why, because Sunday we're going to have 2 to 3 inches of rain and you got to get it cleaned up before then, but hi. But I just don't want to hear it. I just really don't first thing in the morning. I've not even had my full cup of coffee yet. There's Panther. Stayed in his chair a little extra long this morning. I was hoping he was doing good. Seems totally himself now, talking to me and dancing back and forth for his food. And yep, you look good, buddy. Good morning, Gray. Oh, her rug is in the way. Hi. Were you letting me know you were not happy with your rug? Hi. Good morning. Yeah, I couldn't say a whole lot on the front porch this morning because it was just so loud out there. They've got a chainsaw going and a blower, and they're burning. Just take me away for a while, Dottie. Just take me away. I wanted to let you guys know that Johnny was able to get his robot running yesterday. His kit put together. He's ready for competition Saturday. He's done with his exams. I don't know how, I didn't ask him how close to 100% he's feeling. Last I knew he still was coughing a lot, but other than that was good. So I think at least we can assume he's not contagious and feeling well enough to go. So things are coming together. And I was hearing some good grades too. We're out here on the trail. So far so good for no conference calls during the morning walk today. It's not bad out here at all. It is uphill to the park though, with our weight vests on today, and feeling every bit of it. Right, Donnie?
Yes, ma'am.
So that orange and white cat was back up to eat again yesterday. Seems to come up from the front yard ditch. And there's a lot of shelter down there, so for all I know, he's hanging out, sleeping there during the day, although I would think that Stripe would notice that. Stripe may not come up on the porch, but he patrols the front yard. Anyway, I think he came up around 4:45 and 8, and there was no incident. And then he tried to come back for more food around 6:30. There wasn't any in the bowls then, and Panther was near the bowls, and there were words on the front porch. No actual fighting, but you know, I had to go out there and sort it out. I think Panther was still hungry, so I put more food in the bowl and he ate, and then he settled down, and I didn't look to see if the orange and white cat came back or not, but yeah, it's been, what, 4 days now he's hung around. So Don taught me something I didn't know. They actually use some cobalt in the production of gasoline.
Yeah, refining process. Yeah.
Remove sulfur.
Yeah.
It's not huge amounts, and they talk about reclaiming most of it, although some of it is used in the process.
Yeah,
but
yeah, well, what did it say? I didn't know the exact number, but they said basically the net is after 2.5 million gallons.
2.4, yeah.
2.4 million gallons, they lose about a pound of cobalt.
Yeah.
So every 2.4 million gallons of gas, they lose a pound. So, but we use so much gas per day, you know, it does add up.
Right.
But yeah, I read that Vadmel Smeal's book on oil.
There's a bolt.
He said that was used.
Whose book?
Smeal. Vadmel Smeal.
And you just finished that book last night?
Yeah, that's the second one of his I've read. Yeah, I finished it last night actually.
There was, we were having a discussion, obviously it had something to do with cobalt and lithium ion, and Dom was like, well, you know, and I'm like, really? I didn't know, and it's always good to know how to respond should you choose to respond. Obviously, sometimes not responding might be the right answer.
Yeah, well, obviously, if we probably use the amount of lithium, cobalt we're using now for car batteries, as the more car batteries are built, the use of cobalt for car batteries will greatly exceed the gasoline, but
turn around and keep going.
It's not gonna. You can stop lithium-ion battery or get the cobalt out, and you still need it. We ain't getting off of oil anytime soon.
Right. Well, I was thinking, yeah, about it slightly different than that, but.
Yeah. Well, the sulfur. It's important that we get the sulfur out of the oil as we refine it, because we certainly don't want the sulfur. That's what was causing all that sulfuric rain, acid rain.
Right, causing all the environmental problems.
One of the ways that was reduced.
I know what I was going to say now, and you are at the curb. You know, someone brought up the cobalt in batteries with me one time, and I said, but yeah, the LFP battery packs don't need cobalt, and Tesla's trying to come up with battery chemistries that need less or don't need any all the time. And don't assume because the early batteries, which did use cobalt, right, that every lithium ion or every electric car battery is going to use it. And that person just won't want to hear any of that. They didn't want to hear any of that at all. Lithium ion batteries are bad, and they're always going to be using cobalt, and cobalt is evil and dirty to produce, and you know, I don't want to hear any of that. Well, we have to start somewhere.
Yeah, we'll just tell them to get rid of their computer, laptop, and get rid of their
cell phone.
All that.
Yeah, all the other all the other things that use lithium ion batteries that they rely on every day. Yeah.
Well, they definitely use cobalt because power density is very important to portable devices, and so they want as small as battery, or put as much energy in the battery as possible in the smallest possible place, and that takes cobalt to do that. There's my girl. She's doing her I don't know what you call it, yoga pose. Yeah, she's really good at it. I can't. There's one side I can do okay, and the other side I can't hardly stay steady.
I did this 2 weeks ago when we started.
Yeah.
This is a vast improvement.
Yeah, she's good.
2 weeks ago. I do still get cramping a little bit after holding the position for a while.
Yeah.
But
I'm over here videoing her so I don't have to do it.
I'm gonna wait for him.
You go, girl.
Make sure Tux gets his daily attention. We got home and Stripe and Morris looked like they were on, we're gonna call him Spot Patrol, the white cat with the orange spots, like Data's cat on the Next Generation Star Trek. Spot. If you don't know Spot was a ginger. Looked a lot like Morris. Anyway, I wonder if they were watching out for him, looking out to see. One thing I could do would be to put some food down in the yard, but I've tried that other times and that doesn't work very well. This boy likes him some lovin'. I am really frustrated because I sent a package to Johnny from Amazon that was supposed to be delivered yesterday and is now coming Saturday. I sent another one that was supposed to be delivered today and it's now coming Sunday. And Johnny's box that I personally mailed, they've marked it as being delivered late now, and I'm worried that it's not going to get delivered today. You know, today would be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, today would be 3 days. If they don't get it there and through the mail room today, then he's not going to have any spare parts down at the competition. So I'm worried and I'm not happy. I don't know what has happened. It's Christmas. Usually at Christmas, they actually do an excellent job of moving stuff around really quick, like amazingly quick. So why is all the stuff I need moved someplace that I care about not moving? Frustrating. I'm done for now, baby girl. Thanks for hanging out with me. You're a good girl. Hi. So I called the school mailroom. Talked to a really nice girl, probably a student. Very helpful. So normally if things aren't picked up within 10 days, they get returned to sender. But apparently over the winter break, that's not the case. They're closed from the 22nd through the 1st anyway. I guess if you're on campus, then you're not getting mail. And she said they won't be until they are like, they're back on the 1st, but until the kids are back, like they give them like a little grace period to pick up their stuff, it should be fine. But that was the good news. So anything Johnny can't get before he leaves should still be there waiting for him when he returns after the break. The bad news is that Johnny's box from the post office that I sent out Tuesday that they told me would be delivered yesterday most likely was not delivered to campus this morning. It's not in the system there. It wasn't checked in, and there's no more deliveries today. So there's no hope that box gets there today. Now, even if it came tomorrow morning, Johnny's got to leave campus by 7:30. And I don't think they open until 8. And even if it got delivered tomorrow morning, it's probably not available by the time he would leave. So all those parts I worked so hard to print to send so that he'd have backups to swap out during the competition, he's not going to have that stuff. And Don put some of his tools in the box, and they're in limbo now. And the USPS let me down, and it's not the first time in my life. He could have told me, the guy at the window, look, this isn't safe. You should spend another $10 or $15 to mail the box if it's that important. Because I let him know how important it was to get there before, like by Friday, before Saturday. So anyway, best laid plans of moms, right? Trying to help our kids out, going the extra mile, trying to do, I just should have drove the damn box down there. You know? It wouldn't have cost me any more except for my time, and then I would have worried less. And it's just so stressful sometimes, the things in life, in modern life, first world problems that cause stress. I'm sure you guys are bummed for me the box didn't get down there, right? Johnny took it in stride, and I thanked him. And he said, you know, I get to compete. I've got a bot. I told him to make sure he's got lots of duct tape, right? But he took it in stride, so I'm glad for that. And he understands. I feel like I let him down even though I did everything I could. I hate it. I hate it. It's a little after 4. I've got meatballs prepped for dinner. Don's eating his tuna fish snack. Everything is all set, and I'm going to work on the little Christmas tree scene with the train. Couple key points. Not going to be able to finish it today. I don't have these corner fence posts, but I did order them, and I don't have the tiles in the colors I want completely to do the top, so I won't be messing with that today. But I am going to do the ticket booth and the turnstile. Those are easy. And then I discovered that the tree that I had is actually not the right tree. And I could certainly use that tree with it, but I think I have enough parts left over from the one I built over the weekend, plus all the green I've got, to build the one that's right. And it actually fits inside of here and has its own little train going around it, plus the train that goes out here. So I'm going to see how far I can get on building that. I think I can build it. And then I looked up the train, and the train is, this probably is just the right train for this. Both of them are from like gifts with purchase from prior years. So it's going to take me a little while to do the tree and the train. So I definitely think I'll get this done, and I'll start on the tree and see how far I get, and I'll go from there. And I'm thinking out here to do greenery with red and white flowers. So some of the flowers look like they're still blooming, but some of them have snow on them. Just to make this a little less, I don't know, bumpy, pointy, undecorated. I might put gifts on each corner over here. I'm thinking it needs something else, so my brain is working on that too. So the turnstile and the ticket counter are done. There's 2 stickers and tiles that go here, and I don't have the stickers, so I didn't put up the tiles. I suppose I'll just go put a blank tile. I'm missing 1 red cup. The stickers are off of other kits. It's just a little train and a ticket thing or something. You know, I knew I didn't have those. I did have the special ticket block down here though, like it called for. There's 2 of them. There's one in there too. And the little special donuts and the tap. I used a different four-sided piece here than the one they called for. The one they called for was gold and a little spokier, and I didn't have it. I have it in brown, but I didn't have it in gold. I felt gold was more important than the exact piece. This piece looks almost the same. It's a little more rounded. There's the meatballs with an extra dose of mozzarella cheese. So, Dan Monroe, Media Master Design. He's got a brand new YouTube channel, and he's talking about the B9 robot. Do I have to say that that's the robot from Lost in Space? Or Danger Will Robinson? Hopefully I said B9 and you just knew what I meant. Really, I'm like, it makes me want to go start building my own robot. It's really, I told Don we could get rid of the grandfather clock if we could replace it with the B9 robot over there. I have several small B9s, the robot. I have several in the house. Michelle has several at her house. I see Robbie in the background. He's also got a Darth Vader and some other cool stuff because, you know, he's a robot science fiction nerd. But anyway, if you like Lost in Space, or you're my age, or you like robots, you might want to check him out. So we got a software update on Jules 2023.44.30.1.
Oh, we got the 11.4.3?
11.4.9.
Oh, is that, yeah.
Don doesn't have his glasses on. Right, we were watching Rob, and he was like, there's all these updates going on out there, and I'm sorry, folks, the numbers are a little confusing, but here's the numbers, and yeah, so I think what he was trying to convey is we got a holiday update and a full self-driving update. One of the things is enable single pull autopilot, tap to enable. I personally don't want to do that.
This is Jules, not Ruby.
Ask me if I care. Well, that better just be for your profile. You can't even keep it straight when it's okay, whatever. So, I think we're excited we got something. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Release notes. But it says minor bug. It doesn't glaringly say, oh, that is the release notes.
This is minor fix?
Yeah, but then down here further is all this other stuff. So let me read it for a minute. And then, over the air update recall. Oh. Yeah, so, yeah. In accordance with a recent recall campaign, number blah, 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 Tesla is making the following improvements to auto steer. Improve visibility of driver monitoring warning alerts on the touchscreen by increasing the text size and moving the notifications to a more prominent location. That's on the 3 and the Y only.
They can make it bigger. That won't hurt my feelings, not one little bit.
Added option to activate autopilot features with a single stalk depression instead of 2 to help simplify activation or disengagement. Well, you disengage it by hitting the brake, or I don't know, in Ruby the opposite. Yeah, anyway, instead of pulling on Ruby, you push. Increase the strictness of driver attentiveness requirements when using auto steer and approaching traffic lights and stop signs off highway. So I guess,
I don't like being nagged.
Well, if you're on FSD though, that's different than on just auto steer. So that's not saying during FSD driving. That's saying during like autopilot driving. Introduced a suspension policy that will restrict auto steer usage for 1 week if improper usage is detected. Improper usage is when you or another driver of your vehicle receive 5 forced autopilot disengagements. You are the driver as a driver. You must be vigilant to the road. Well, anyway, whatever keeps NHTSA from being any more annoying than they possibly already are. So what's it say under light show? Time to celebrate with the latest light show to the tune of The Arrival by Irving Victoria. Play it right away or schedule the show up to 10 minutes in advance with one vehicle or synced. So we have a new song. We've been asking for a new song. I have no idea what the Arrival by Irving Victoria is, but I think we're going to have to pull the car out of the garage and do that before we go in the house.
I was all nice and warm in the car.
Yeah. So there's a thing about autopilot suspension. I think that's just another way to say what they were saying about the over-the-hair thing. The cabin camera, yeah, but that doesn't sound new. It's less, but it's what it's been saying. They're not associated with your VIN. We're really, you know, we want it to make improvements, but we sort of need it. Minor updates. Shuffle your title playlist. Well, who's using shuffle title? In Apple Music and Spotify, you can show your account profile image to indicate which account you're using for each. Availability varies by model and location. The controls search now can include entries in the owner's manual in addition to results with vehicle settings. So you can find the settings you want or learn more about it. When you search the vehicle map for charging locations, you can now filter between 2 charging speeds, 3 lightning bolts or 1 lightning bolt. So you can easily filter ones you really want to stop at and ones you don't want to unless you're about to run out of energy. Okay. Automatic blind spot camera now alerts you with red shading along the edge when your turn signal is on and your vehicle detects an object or another vehicle in your blind spot. Well, that's cool.
Sign me up.
Yeah, well, we're driving to Asheboro and back tomorrow. As far as I know, Johnny's friend is getting him as close as Asheboro. That's 90 minutes each way instead of 3 hours each way. So it should about half the time. But my point is we're going to be on the road enough tomorrow to test out some of these. We're actually not going to be on the interstate now, though. But we will be on plenty of U.S. highways.
Yeah, it'll be good now.
More cameras and live camera view. When you view your vehicle's surroundings from the Tesla app, now you'll have access to the left and right pillar cameras. On your vehicle touchscreen, go to Control, Safety. View live camera via mobile app, then you can view. So you're going to be able to see outside the vehicle, a little 2 more cameras outside the vehicle if I'm reading that correctly.
Yep.
Live cameras end-to-end encrypted and can't be accessed by Tesla, requires Tesla app. You might need to update your phone app. I find I pretty much always have to manually update mine, but trip planner on mobile app. Use the Tesla mobile app to plan a trip. Go to location, navigate, and enter a destination. For multiple stops or to make changes, simply edit trip. Don's reaching for his Tesla app. Automatic 911 calls. Your vehicle will call 911 if an accident triggers the airbags. A countdown. Thank you, Donnie.
I'm trying.
Safe.
Love it when the husband helps with the nightly video. Thank you, Donnie.
Well, I didn't know it was going to do that.
So if you're in an airbag level accident, it's going to call 911 now. So that's cool. That's, you know, I mean, I understand that people that have been in serious accidents, Tesla usually calls the account telephone or tries to get in touch with the person in the car. I don't know how they don't accidentally call a family member that's not in the car. But anyway, I've heard lots of stories of Tesla calling to check on people that have been in accidents, and now they'll be calling first responders too. Custom lock sounds. Replace the horn and sound of your vehicle locking with another sound like a screaming goat, a round of applause, or a random fart. I thought we weren't allowed to have fun with the car anymore. I mean, actually, I'd heard of this coming, but choose from the options at Toy Box, Boom Box, Lock Sound, or save your own sounds as Lock, Chime, Wave. So we're still allowed to replace the horn sound?
Sounds like it.
Sounds like it. But at any rate, I had heard that the change of sound for the lock was coming. And I think it's including a customized sound bite. So Tesla Arcade updates. Oh, Beach Buggy. It now is showing the Cybertruck. You can now race the Cybertruck in Beach Buggy Racing too. Yay! And there's some other gaming updates, but the ones, I mean, I really like Beach Buggy Racing, so yay! Listen to millions of the world's most popular podcasts. Apple Podcasts for Tesla syncs with your favorite Apple devices so you can seamlessly follow shows, save episodes, and pick up right where you left off. So from the application launcher, open the Apple Podcasts app, scan the QR code, and log in with your Apple ID. I don't listen to podcasts, but if Don used an Apple product, he might would have liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think the camera was already determining driver inattentiveness, but maybe improved. And driving visualization improvements to view and expanding. Yeah, well, this is the same thing that it has been. So it sounds to me like the holiday update is some new gaming stuff, the update to Beach Buggy 2 Racing, and the new light show, and everything else sounds like the kind of new stuff you would expect Tesla to roll in whenever they get it done and they feel like letting us have it. So, which is often, maybe not as much as it used to be because they've added so much stuff. How much more stuff can you add? But it sounds pretty cool. So if you just happen to turn on your turn signal, we're not in drive, so it's probably not gonna show anything. But you probably have to be in drive to have the red up there, I would have to guess. All right, well, let's back the car out of the garage, Donnie, and run the light show. I know you want to be one of the first people on YouTube with the light show.
Oh, right. Yes, absolutely. I'll get right on that.
Okay. Well, you're the one in the driver's seat. Got to back us out.
Well, I can't tell. I got the app up. I can't read it. I don't got my glasses.
I'll fix it for you here. And just so you can back out safely, even though you don't need to read to back out, you take the glasses.
Okay.
Hang on.
Well, I got the garage door's messed up.
Oh. Okay, so it's defaulting to the arrival for us. And it's 8:38. I really don't want to wait a long time, but I'm going to say, so I got to tell it to do the dance moves. I had to check that box. I'm not used to running it in the Y. Okay, I'm going to get out.
The cat just went in the garage. Can I go in the garage?
No.
Oh.
I think the forward noise at low speeds actually works now. Like there's a real sound. Oh, you did? Okay. I told Don the pedestrian alert's louder, and he said I'm going to be pleased about the speed limit sign.
Yeah, it's reading our speed limit sign. He wants to go 5 miles an hour down the driveway.
Well, that's good. Now, if all the other drivers will just do it.
Yeah. No, it gave me it dinged me. When I was going down the driveway.
Your own driveway?
Going over 2 miles an hour over, and it was dinging. I said, why is it dinging me on the driveway?
So I guess one of
5 miles an hour.
I guess one of the things we get to do tomorrow is see if it'll navigate the driveway.
Yeah. Oh, way cool. That'd be great. Do I plug her in? Are we going to take Ruby or Jules tomorrow?
Well, I always want to take Ruby, but we got the software update on Jules. We're taking Jules tomorrow.
Okay, I'll bump up the charge.
You better bump up the charge. Well, we just charge in Siler City.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I think you're at 68% or something.
78%.
Okay, something like that. It's not like you're on low charge anyway.
No, I'm not. One thing I just noticed, I just went out to the mailbox and got the mail as I pull her in after the light show, and it now says 5 miles an hour. Remember, we have those 5 mile per hour signs up. I swear I think it read the 5 mile per hour sign, because this obviously is not a road and there is no 5 miles an hour anywhere, but it actually read the 5 miles per hour, those speed limit signs. I'll show you here, and when I get out of the car, I'll go over and take a picture of it.